Bonjour, je m'appelle Glaston. Aujourd'hui, nous avons une autre leçon à étudier. Today, we have a new lesson to learn. Il s'agit des verbes qui se terminent par ER. Autrement dit, les verbes réguliers. So here, the verbs we are going to see, they all end in ER. And French, we call these verbs regular verbs. That is, les verbes réguliers. Why are they called les verbes réguliers? We call them réguliers because when conjugating them, especially in the present simple tense that we are going to see, we have changes from the beginning words or the radical, no changes, but the endings that we have few changes there. So these verbs are easy to conjugate. Now let's see few that we have on the board in our lesson to help us conjugate any similar group of verbs, that is verbs ending in ER which are regular. We'll see how we conjugate them easily. So when we come to the board, we have model. Model here means examples. And we have about 6 of the regular verbs. Here we have the first one, briller. Briller, that is to twinkle or to bright. The second verb is donner. Donner, to give. Donner, to give. The third one, we have laver. Laver, to wash. To wash. Number 4, we have réparer. Réparer, to repair something that is broken, like the car. Okay, a car can have a broken down or breakdown. On that one, we have to repair it. So here, this verb is called for réparer. Then we have number 5, voler. Voler is to fly. You know, aeroplanes, helicopter, birds, they fly. So here we have the verb voler. Okay, so in this lesson, we are insisting on voler meaning to fly, not the other meaning to steal somebody's thing. No, we are not there, because this verb have 2 meanings. And one is voler meaning to fly, and the other one voler to steal. So once again, in this lesson, we are on voler to fly. Okay? All right. Now, number 6, we have souligner. Souligner, souligner, to underline. Souligner, to underline. Or maybe highlight something. So, souligner. Now, you can see that all the 6 examples of verbs on the board, they all end in ER. So these come to our heading, Savoir employer les verbes réguliers, like I said, and il se termine par ER, is telling us that they end in what? ER. So that is why I was referring to the ending of the 6 examples here. Okay? Alright. Now, let's see how to conjugate them easily. I have selected number 2, donner, as an example to guide us conjugate any of the 6, include others we have not seen here yet, but we may read them later. Alright, so here, when we check the conjugation of donner on the board, we have je donne, tu donnes, il donne, elle donne, nous donnons, vous donnez, il donne, elle donne. In the present simple tense of our English, it means what? I give or I am giving. So I give, you give. He gives or she gives. We give, you give, they give. So that is the meaning now. So let's come over the French again. Je donne, tu donnes, il donne, elle donne, nous donnons, vous donnez, il donne, elle donne. Now, you can close your eyes and go over this short conjugation in maybe 2 minutes or less than that. So let's try. Je donne, tu donnes, il donne, elle donne, nous donnons, vous donnez, il donne, elle donne. Very simple. Okay? Right. Now, what can we observe from the conjugation which will guide us conjugate any of the verbs? Realize that donner ending in er for je as a subject and il or elle, these three subject pronouns, when we are to conjugate any regular verbs, we do away with the final letter R of the verb. So for example, if I do take any one of the board here again, like voler, I will do away with the letter R here. So with the subject je, il, or elle, these three, I will have je vole, il or elle vole without the letter R. And the conjugating grammar will be correct. You see it? So it's not difficult at all. So when you take any other verb, you follow this same example of conjugating. You can conjugate the verbs grammatically without any error. It will be correct. Now, when we come to the nous, the first person plural, meaning we in our English, what do? When you take the verb ending in er of the donner here, I just did away with the last two letters, E and the R, and I add ONS to the stem. That is what is left. So here I have nous donnons, this form, nous donnons. When it's come to vous with donner, I did away with the final letter R, and then I add Z to the stem. So I have vous donnez with the spelling, and it's grammatically correct. When we come to the E or L, meaning they, here, done, what did I do? I do away with the final letter R and I add NT to the stem. And I get il donne, elle donne. So the same thing, when I take voler like I use for je, il, or elle, and I follow that same style of conjugating, I will get the forms of what voler correct. When we come to tu, what do? We voler. When you do away with the R, we add S to what is left, that is the stem, vol, like this, and then I will add only S to it. So I have tu vol. That is why I have here S at the end of done. So it's very easy to conjugate any of the verbs we see on the board. And other verbs that are similar in the same group, you can use my example to conjugate any of them without tears and get your grammar correct. Now, with this short explanation, before we go to test our knowledge, let's come to, sometimes you don't see the subject il here or elle as a subject, but we see a collective noun in plural representing the subject. Like I have some examples in the sentences here. I have les oiseaux, okay? is a collective noun representing a subject of the following here there. So here, for example, if I should ask you, what is the subject you see here corresponding to les oiseaux, you can easily tell me is, which is this one. You see it, so it's very easy. Okay, now if it is a name of a person for the il or el, it is also easy to identify. Kofi for il and Ama for el, it goes, and you can conjugate your verb without tears. All right, so now let's come to test our knowledge, our strength of what we have listened to so far, to check our memory. All right, so here I have C. Complete each sentence with the correct verb form. So here I use 5 of the verbs we have here. In brackets here, we have, I've conjugated them using the rules. So we have repart, lave, brille, vol, donner. Now the instruction says use the verbs given in brackets. So when we are completing these sentences, you use these 5 verbs in the bracket, the one that is correct or the one that fits into any of the blank spaces. So we are going to try. When you select your answer, I'll write mine in the space for you to check your strength, whether your answer is correct. And here I give each sentence 2 marks. So if you are able to fill all, you get 10 over 10. If you are able to get 3 correct, you have 6 over 10, etc., etc. So let's see now. Here we go. Les étoiles. Les étoiles. Tirer. Tirer means dash. So les étoiles tiraient dans la nuit. Les étoiles tiraient dans la nuit. Les étoiles, the stars. Okay? What do they do in the evening? So, les étoiles tiraient dans la nuit. Few seconds. Select your answer from the brackets. Okay? Alright, now check whether your answer is correct. How? Brille. Alright, so we have les étoiles brillent dans la nuit. The stars bright or twinkle at the night or in the evening. Okay? Alright, so let's come to 2. We have les oiseaux tiraient grâce à leurs plumes. Les oiseaux tiraient grâce à leurs plumes. Birds dash using their wings, leur plume, their wings. So now, let me give you a few seconds to select your answer. Okay, let's see whether your answer is correct. So we have on the board, les oiseaux volent. So this is the form, vol. So les oiseaux volent grâce à leurs plumes. Birds fly using their wings. Alright, now let's see number 3. Elle tirait ses vêtements sales. Elle tirait ses vêtements sales. She dashed her dirty clothes. So here, let me give you a few seconds. What do you think is the correct answer? Okay, let's check whether you are correct. So we have elle lave ses vêtements sales. Okay, so far, let's check those you have selected. Go back and cancel those you have selected so that you will not be confused this time around. So let's see. We have alright, so we use love brille, vole. Now we are left with 2. Now let's come to number 4. Tu tirais ta voiture tomber en panne. Tomber en panne, to have a breakdown or broken down. Now let's see what happens there. Ta voiture, your car. You all understand this. So tu tirais ta voiture tomber en panne. So let me give you a few seconds to select your answer. Okay, now let's see the correct answer. Good. So we have tu répares ta voiture tombée en panne. So répare. So here we can cancel the repare. Voila. Now the last one, you know, whether you don't know the answer or you know, the last one is what is left. So we have vous donnez des cadeaux aux enfants. So good. So we have vous donnez des cadeaux aux enfants. Do you give gifts to children? So that is the meaning. All right. So here we have. So check the number correct and give your marks is over 10. Okay. So that ends our lesson for today. Don't forget, subscribe Abbesco tutorials. Doing so, don't forget to hit the notification bell